Hi children again. We continue with chapter 5. Remember that we've been in a very special case. Do you need to remember it again? Well, I think so. Really fast, okay? Remember that they are investigating a case that is Helen Stoker. That case is about... Next page, okay. First of all, she tells him the story about his family, how they get to London together and how her mom died. His father was estranged because he changed it from India, and he now is Gibbs's friend, and he lives in the manor with Helen Stoker. And then they're going to talk about Julia's, that is Helen's sister. They're going to talk about her death, okay? She's explaining the house's situation, how the rooms are together, how they could, in that case, Julia could smell incense the night that he died. In that case, she heard the whistling noise and a metallic noise too. When they get to the room, she was lying on the floor. And she only said one sentence, the speckled band, but the police couldn't find any mark on her, okay? They are taking the bars, they are taking the outside of they are talking about the things that the security things that the house has, okay? But they're talking to, in that case, Sherlock is planning to go to the manor to investigate. Well, when they are at the house, they are thinking, first of all, before going to the house, they are thinking about the Gibbses and the relationship with Dr. Roylott. So they decide to go to Dr. Roylott's house, but he is not very angry with him. Okay, Dr. Roylott appears and he doesn't want that Sherlock suspects of him, okay, because he's talking about her daughter and perhaps her daughter is saying bad things about him. They decide to go there, and they are talking about Dr. Roylott's wife will. Okay, remember the money that she gives when she died, okay, to her daughters in that case. But if there is something important, if the daughters got married, they are going to get some of this money. So it's going to be a lose for Dr. Roylott. He's going to lose lots of money if his daughters are going to get married, okay? If we continued with number 4, they are investigating the house and the bedrooms. They go outside and they're investigating the bars that are protecting the windows, but nobody could enter through these windows, as they were really safe. And there are some elements in the bedrooms that are important. In Julia's bedroom, we can find a rope. In that case, it's a bell rope. Remember that if you pull from that rope, there is a bell that sounds. There is a ventilator that connects Julia's bedroom with Dr. Roylott's bedroom. But if they go to the other bedroom, they could find something interesting too, that it was a big metal safe. There was a plate with milk, and there was, we can see it here, but perhaps in your book you can see it better. There is a dog lid. Remember that it's a string that you use to walk your dog, okay? You put it around your dog's neck, and then you use it for it, okay? Let's continue with number 5. Remember that Dr. Watson and Sherlock Holmes went to an inn. Is a hotel, a village hotel that was very close to the manor, so they could see the manor in it, okay? They talked to her, and they talked to Helen, and she's going to stay in her bedroom closed, okay? Because they wanted to spend one night in Julia's bedroom, okay? So they are in the inn and wait. Dr. Roylott driving towards the house in his trap. Okay, the big man. Do you remember that the trap that was that carriage that is like a small car that is pulled by horses? Okay. Holmes speaks quietly to his friend. He wants to come with me tonight, but you can stay here because he's danger. He said, "I'm not your friends. I want to help." Okay. So the ventilator is not a surprise for me. Okay. Do you remember Helen's words about her sister? That part's important. They are thinking about they are trying to connect ideas with sentences and the objects that they found, okay? Do you remember Helen's words about her sister? Julia can smell the incense from her bedroom and she doesn't like it. The smoke of the incense must go through the ventilation or ventilator from one room to the next one. Okay, so as they are connected, perhaps Dr. Roylott put some incense bar in his bedroom, and that's why Julia could smell that incense. There is something strange about Julia's bed. Nobody can move it. It's always in that position. So the bell rope and the ventilator are always in the same position over its head. Okay? I'm beginning to understand now. We are talking here about a terrible crime. Yes, and we are going to see terrible things tonight. Let's sit and talk about happier times for new hours. They wait, and at 11 o'clock they finally find or could see the light in Julia's room. Okay? That's Helen's lamp, Holmes says. Let's go. They leave the inn, and at Helen's call, they go. Yeah? They crosses the garden, and they are going to enter in the house. Okay. That's right. When they are crossing the garden, they could see a baboon. Okay, it's one of the pets. Okay, they had a cheetah, they had a baboon. So when they are going to enter in the house, they take off their shoes and go into Julia's bedroom. Okay, Holmes moves the lamp onto the table and looks around it. We must sit without light. Roylott can see through the ventilator. Okay, he says, don't sleep and have your pistol near, okay, because they have to protect themselves. They sit on a bed, and near him there is a cane and some matches. You know what's a cane? A cane is a stick that uses when you can walk very well. Okay, he puts on the lamp, and finally the room is dark. Okay, that's the end of chapter 5. We only have one chapter. We are going to solve that crime. Okay, at the end of the last chapter. I want you to read the last chapter. And the last video is going to be a review about all the things that we have read, okay? Enjoy the end because it's really interesting. Goodbye, have a nice day.